All right, welcome back to segment 8. This is the final segment of our threats and social media and redaction workshop. This segment is dedicated to police officers, their spouses, prosecutors, and general support staff in a law enforcement agency. All of those people are eligible to have their personally identifying information redacted from public record, and this is how you do that. The first thing you want to do is you want to go back to azcourts.gov and scroll down toward the bottom and download the instruction sheet. Now there's 3 pages of instructions, and read them very carefully, and we're going to kind of go over the highlights of those pages here. They're not overly complicated, but hopefully this little guide will help walk you through it. The first thing you want to do is go to the Arizona County Recorder's website for whatever county you live in Arizona, and retrieve the document number that you want redacted. Okay, so that's pretty simple. You go to recorder.maricopa.gov, for example, if you live in Maricopa County, and you go to the Recorder tab and search for recorded documents. It's one of the first options available under the Recorder tab. And so once you go to that tab, it's going to take you to this page, which is going to allow you to search for recorded documents in Maricopa County by your last name and your first name. Now you'll notice that right under the name field is another field that says document code. And I usually start, when I'm looking for bad guys, for example, I'll look for their deed of trust, because that's going to give me their place of residence, a location. And so you can search all public recorded documents, or you can kind of narrow the scope a little bit of the documents that you want to have redacted by going to your deed of trust. If you own your home in Maricopa County, this would be the place to start. So you'd select deed of trust and your name, and it would give you a list of options. Now this is a great way to do research on bad guys, but again, we're preventing them from doing research on you. This was my page that populated up with some of the names and recording numbers. Now some of those were mine that I had need to redact, and some of them were other people who just appeared as sort of false positives, or false hits, false negatives, I guess you'd call it, and the recording number. And so you would want to take down the docket and checkbox all of the ones that you've got there, and print each one of those documents so that you've got a physical hard copy of them, and you can refer to those in just a few minutes. Okay, so you've got your documents, and then if you go down a little bit to number 11, it says that you have to attach a copy of every page that has your personally identifying information. That's why you want to print it out. You need to handwrite the document locator number, or the recording number of the document. Okay, so that's really important, to make sure that each page that has your personally identifying information on it is recorded or labeled with the document number and included with your redaction paperwork. Okay, so now we're going to download the affidavit. The affidavit is this document, 4 pages long. You have to go back to the azcourts.gov and download it, and check all that apply, so you can redact county recorder records, like the ones we just looked at, your deed of trust, for example, your voter registration records, your motor vehicle records, and then down at the bottom under number 3, you want to check, well, why does this apply to me? Because I'm a cop. It says law enforcement, or peace officer or peace officer spouse. That's one checkbox. The one right under that is prosecutor, and the one above those is law enforcement support staff. So those 3 categories any one of those should work for you if you're redacting the information. Okay. Number 6 on the affidavit says, why do you believe that your family's safety is in danger? And again, you simply need to articulate, I work for a law enforcement agency, and I've been instrumental in revoking people's civil liberties, and they have expressed anger or hostility towards me. And number 8 how will restricting public records reduce your danger? And you simply say something to the effect of, by removing my information from public record, it will make it more difficult for people to threaten or intimidate or harass or injure my family. And you don't have to use my words, just articulate to the best of your ability, but indicate that there is a cause for fear, a reason for fear, and that it's job related. In the next page, we're going to look at the number 11, fill out the county recorder documents that you downloaded or printed, and include their, the document locator number and the date of the recordation. And then same thing for number 12, your voter registration information. And this can be for anybody over 18 in your house that has a voter's registration card, and you can have their information redacted. Now what this means is that you will receive a mail-in ballot prior to each election, and you'll have to vote by mail. If you forget or you miss your deadline to vote by mail and you end up going down to the actual election ballot booth, they will let you vote there, but be warned that you don't want to send in the ballot and then show up. That's voter's fraud. You don't want to vote twice. And then, of course, if you miss your ballot, your mail-in ballot deadline, and you go to the actual election ballot booth, your vote's not going to get counted right away, because they're going to have trouble finding you, and they're going to say, okay, well, we don't have you in our system. And you'll say, that's because I'm redacted. And they'll say, okay, well, you can fill out this ballot, and it goes in that box over there, and we'll get to it when we get to it, because we have to verify that you are who you say you are. So just kind of be aware there's that extra hassle. How do I know this? I just heard. I've heard that that's possibly the way it might happen. Next page, and the final page, number 13, fill out your NVD information here, including your operator license number. Number 13, fill out any immediate family members and their NVD information. I'm sorry, that should say number 14. Fill out your immediate family members, and then number 15, sign and date the affidavit and have it signed by a notary public. And then, same thing as in the previous segment, you'll want to send these forms to autumn.maya@azag.gov with the Arizona Attorney General's office, and she will assist you in filing that paperwork. If you are with another law enforcement agency, you probably have a court liaison who can assist you in your agency with that procedure. Thank you for watching. I hope this was useful. Our last segment is optional. It's just sort of an overview of some of the other resources that the Attorney General's office offers, and some of the resources that I'm partial to. So thank you again for watching. I hope this was useful information for you. Feel free to review it, and we'll catch you next time.